Hello everybody, Joey the Truth Wagner with you. Everybody welcome in here to the Truth Serum. Another Sunday, another loss. More embarrassment for the Pittsburgh Steelers here, everybody, as this is the Week 8 post-game reaction. Steelers and the Eagles was not pretty, everybody. It was not pretty from start to finish. The Eagles offensively just did whatever they wanted to do. When they wanted to throw the ball down the field, they threw the ball down the field to A.J. Brown. Whenever they wanted to run the ball, they ran the ball down the Steelers' throats. They just did whatever they wanted to do for every second of this football game. It was a blowout. It was a runaround. Final score, Eagles 35, Steelers 17. Philadelphia still the only unbeaten team in the NFL at 7-0. The Steelers falling to 2-6, and rock bottom just keeps getting lower and lower and lower every week. But everybody, this is what I want to bring point to here for the post-game show. And again, this shows the lack of awareness from the Steelers coaching staff. This here was what Mike Tomlin said to CBS's Tracy Wolfson coming out of the locker room to start the third quarter in today's game. Here it is.
Deep completions for touchdowns to A.J. Brown. How do you have to adjust defensively there?
There's really no adjustments. There's no schematic.
No adjustments. Not my mouth. Not Tracy's mouth. Not Victor's mouth. Not Steeler fans' mouths. Mike Tomlin's mouth. What do you have to do to fix your defense? Any adjustments to be made? And she even used the terms, any adjustments to be made. And Mike Tomlin's response? No adjustments. Here it is again, if you couldn't hear it.
Just defensively there.
There's really no adjustments. There's no schematic.
No adjustments. Enough said. Enough said. No adjustments. If you're not going to adjust, you are a bad football coach with a bad football team. And both of those can be true at the same time. No adjustments, Victor. No adjustments.
No adjustments, and just not enough fight in the team as a whole. It just feels like for the last, I want to say since 2019, these blowouts against top teams in the league are just very common than they used to ever be. I feel like I see this team get blown out more than I've ever had in my life before. I think for many years to come, this is going to be a struggling football team. No matter what happens with development of Kenny Pickett or anything like that, I think even if Kenny Pickett develops, by this time next year, he'll be the fourth best quarterback in his division. You got Joe Burrow, you got Lamar, you're going to have Deshaun Watson, especially if Deshaun Watson's anything resembling of what he was in Houston. The AFC just got away from them. They got away from them. They were too caught in their own ways, and it came back to bite them. They don't have a talented team. They have some pieces. They don't know how to use those pieces, so they might as well not even be there. I think the 2020s will be a rough decade for the Pittsburgh Steelers. I really think that. I think we're going to live through the Burrow, Mahomes, Allen, Watson era of the AFC. And I think that's just what it is. Herbert, I don't think you throw Pickett in that equation. I don't even think you throw any guy we ever have under center in that equation. And that's just what it is in my eyes.
Yeah, there's really not much to really go on. You're going into your bye. Maybe an extra week would help, but with the coaching staff or lack of coaching, I don't feel that anything is going to help this situation. You're going to be at home back-to-back weeks. The Saints are coming into town. You're going to get T.J. Watt back. But I honestly don't know how much of a difference any of this is going to make with this football team right now. I really don't.
I know a lot of people are looking through this season. I'm kind of done looking at this season as a whole. I don't know if this team wins 5 games this year just because how pathetic the offense is. It's anemic to watch, man. But if you're gonna make a coordinator change mid-season, this would be the only time that made sense. You're probably only gonna promote Mike Sullivan. Let's be honest. But at the same time, I doubt they're gonna do that.
I doubt they would do that, and I don't think I would do that, because here's the scary part. If you make the change now, and Mike Sullivan is the offensive coordinator for the rest of the season, you know what they're going to do at the end of the season, right?
Yeah, of
Mike
course.
Sullivan is going to be your new offensive coordinator, and a change isn't going to be made.
Yeah, no, and I agree. I don't know what you can do at this point. I don't. Because as much as I hate, and I wouldn't say hate, I just dislike Canada, I can't really say play calling was even bad today. I think just the execution overall was bad. I think they got punched in the mouth and they didn't swing back. O-line got beat up today. I would love to see them to invest finally into some O-linemen this offseason. You know, I think that's the only way you can save this team, because when it comes to the trenches, that's where they just get the most beat up. I don't care how much star power you have on the outside. I don't care how much talent you have on your defense. When you're weak at D-line, at depth, with depth on the D-line, and you're terrible at O-line, you will lose every time. You will only be competitive for so long. It all catches you at the end.
And it seems like 2022 is the season where it is caught up to them, knocked them down, and ran past them. They are 5 laps back in the race.
I think this is the year where everything caught up for them that they've been kind of pushing off for so long. When it means to, a change of era, a change of mentality. What happened is that they were so caught in their own ways. Everyone else in the conference, and especially in the division, got better and got adjusted to the times we're in. And I think it's too late to catch up.
Yeah, it's too late to catch up, and it's going to be a while to dig out of the hole that they are now in. And I'm not talking about this season. I'm not either. I'm talking about for years to come, Joey. I really think that as long as you have Joe Burrow, who's not going anywhere in that division, Lamar Jackson, you got Mahomes, you got Herbert, you got Josh Allen, I don't see an equation where we fit in that. I don't. This is their era. It's their era, and the only way to have a chance in this era is to get a quarterback like them. Like that. And I'll say this: as a prospect, I like Kenny. Keyword like, not love. Like, even at his best, he's not on their level physically. He's not. So you're always
I agree with you.
You're always going to be a step down at the quarterback position, and really your only hope is to wait until one of those type of quarterbacks is available.
And I'm going to be honest, I really don't even. I know that next year's class has a lot of depth. But for me, that's really been into it. I don't see a guy in that draft. You know what I mean? There's just a lot of good. I don't see a lot
good
of
good isn't doing you any good here. Good isn't
exactly,
good enough.
Exactly. And I see what you're saying. Like, to me, if there's not like a Burrow in that class next year, you still roll with Kenny, even if you didn't like what you saw from Kenny.
You trade down in the draft with a team that needs a quarterback. Trade down, accumulate.
And you
picks,
try to build as much as you can around.
Build the best you can, and see where it falls. But this is just from top to bottom a bad situation, from coaching to players to it's all bad.
It's just scary.
It is all bad, everybody. It is all bad, and we have no idea when the Pittsburgh Steelers are going to be getting out of this. The bad is just beginning. And I think the grave is going to keep getting deeper and deeper. I really do. That's how I see it. This is welcome to the Dark Ages, Steelers Nation. we will now know what the 1980s feel like.
Yeah.
But everybody, that's really all the reaction we have on this one, everybody. We still got to get our post-stream prayer out of the way. Make sure you're liking the video, you're subscribing to the channel here for the post-game here in the Truth Serum between the Steelers and the Eagles.